What is up, YouTube? I'm Devon DaVinci, leader of the Renaissance crew, and you're watching DaVinci Reacts. If you're wondering what is missing in this video, it is, of course, Aphrodite. Now, I've already explained in my other videos, Aphrodite will be back with a twist. So, be sure to be on the lookout for that. And let's go ahead and check this out. This is The Ricky Gervais Show, Season 2, Episode 4, Onion. Now, Steven Universe has kind of ruined onion for me. Every time I hear the word onion, I think of the character and not necessarily the vegetable. For those of you that are also wondering, I will be getting into Karl Pilkington, Idiot Abroad again. I will be reacting to it today, but because of how long the video normally takes to record, it probably won't be out until tomorrow. Now, I know I'll say tomorrow a lot and nothing comes out, but this time I'm going to record it ahead of time, and I'm going to have it pre-scheduled to come out tomorrow, because I don't want a video to come out at 12 o'clock at night, because I know over in the UK, the people that mostly like to watch the video, it'll be like 5 o'clock in the morning, so you guys will end up missing it. So this way I'm going to have it set so that it comes out right around the time you would normally get off work. So let's go ahead and check this out. This is Ricky Gervais Show, Season 2, Episode 4, Onion. Let's see what this has to offer, because I'm curious about Karl Pilkington's opinion on onions, I guess.
For the past few years, Ricky Gervais, Stephen Merchant, and Karl Pilkington have been meeting regularly for a series of pointless conversations.
Well, the quality on this one's going to be bad.
Is one of them.
I'm sorry.
Testing. Is that all right?
Hopefully it won't be so bad for you, because the resolution's smaller.
Hello and welcome to the Ricky Gervais Show with me, Ricky Gervais, Stephen Merchant.
Hello.
And the little round-headed buffoon that is Karl Pilkington.
All right. All right.
Okay, then listen. Right, I've found some things that I think will interest you, and I want your first thoughts on these. Okay. Now these are facts that I've sourced. Okay.
What's the actual topic?
Well, you love animals, don't you? You're interested in animal
Some
facts.
of them. I don't love them. Some of them fascinate me and stuff, but a lot of them also get on my nerves.
Freaks
I
also
don't know how an
fascinate
animal
them.
can get on your nerves.
They just do.
Okay, then here you
Right.
go. There's a frog, Karl. Just a little frog, a poison arrow frog, that contains enough poison to kill over 1,000 human beings.
Poison dart frog?
Why is it that annoyed?
It's not annoyed.
Well, why is it going about killing 1,000 people?
No, it has the potential to. It has enough poison, it has enough toxin in it that could kill 1,000 human beings.
But does it need that? Whereabouts is this? Where's it living?
I think Brazil.
Rainforest, I think.
Yeah.
And does it need that sort of power? Is it in that much? Is it getting threatened a lot? Is what I mean.
Well, no, because it's saying, don't come near me, and it shows it with its colours. It's got the colours that say it doesn't want to be eaten. It doesn't want people to chew a bit, right, and go, oh, I'm an idiot. It's saying, look at my colours, don't eat me. Don't want to come near me.
But then why give it bright colours?
In the wild. I know I'm explaining Karl Pilkington's like joke. The point is he's supposed to be blissfully ignorant, and me explaining the jokes kind of ruined that, but I'm going to do it anyway because I need something to talk about, goddammit. In nature, the rule of thumb is if it has bright colors, there's probably something poisonous related to it, so don't mess with it. Most animals have kind of figured this out at this point, right? If you see bright colors on an animal, don't even try it. Like, you will end up dying.
Because now it's standing out.
Yeah, and it's going, don't eat me.
Yeah, but make it a colour that fits in, like camouflage. Why make it orange? Of course it's going to stand out, and then they'll attack it, and then it'll turn around and bite and kill 1,000 men or whatever.
No, it doesn't bite.
Bite.
It's the fact that if you were to eat it, you would die.
Yeah, but who's going to eat it?
Well, things that eat frogs.
The French.
Damn it, Steve.
And they go, sacre bleu, you have killed me and 999 of my friends.
But why is everything like surviving like this though? I thought it was all about survival of the fittest, not
Yeah.
the one who looks the hardest.
Well, But survival of the fittest is whether you're chosen or not by nature.
No, but I'd survive if I could go about killing 1,000 men at one bite. It's not fair.
It doesn't bite.
Well, whatever, if it licks you or whatever. But
No,
it
not if it licks you. If you lick it.
Well, I'm not going to lick it. It's not going to happen. I will not be licking a frog. So it's of no danger to me. So I could still kill it, and there's no chance. At no point am I going to lick a little frog's head.
Its poison is so potent that it can actually kill you if you even hold it or touch it, because its poison can get into your bloodstream through your skin. That's how crazily overpowered this thing's poison gland is. Sometimes I'll be wondering, like, why would nature allow something to evolve to this point where it needs that potent of poison? I guess if something like tries to eat it, it needs to be able to like make it die immediately, because even like a little bit of pressure from its jaws would be enough to kill it. So it's like dead. Like, it needs something to be able to stop it from like instantly getting killed.
Kill it, and there's no chance. At no point am I going to lick a little frog's head. Not when it's alive or when it's dead.
Karl's never done toad.
I love the fact it's all about you. It's all about how it relates to you.
And he's annoyed that they're getting away with something. He doesn't like any sly animals. He doesn't like animals hiding. Then he wants them to hide. He doesn't want animals killing things. Then he wants them to kill things. He doesn't know what he wants.
When they say survival of the fittest, they don't mean that, say, lions have been working out in a gym.
It means the fittest gene pool, and the fittest gene pool is a gene pool that's still around. That's all it is.
You think that everything, slugs, cats, are all somehow their ambition is to be like us, or to have the attributes like us, that they can speak, they can talk, they can think, they can act.
I only think that because when you see people with these pets, lizards, cats, whatever, they treat them like the humans. So I think if you do that enough times, they're going to start getting familiar with certain...
Planet of the Apes.
No, I'm talking...
Apes.
Say like you with your cat, the way you talk to it, you give it a little cheeky massage and that when it's stressed out.
No, you made that up, that it was stressed out. I'm just playing with my cat, right? If anything, the cat is to de-stress me.
Now, I did read that cats do, I don't know if it's an evolutionary trait or what, but I did read somewhere that cats know, like, by doing certain things, they can get certain reactions from people. Like, they'll take advantage of people sometimes by doing certain things and in order to get something. So I did read something like that.
I'm just playing with my cat, right? If anything, the cat is to de-stress me.
So you're talking to your cat, Rick. Is it answering back much? How are the conversations going with your cat?
Well, I have more intelligent conversations with my cat than I do with him.
Yeah, here's one, right? When my gran died, right, she had this rubbish dog, right, and that's all we got left. It's called Fluffy, and like my gran looked after it in a way that it was treated like a human. Do you know what I mean? Had a little coat on when it went out and all that. Anyway, so she died. We get left it. My dad's like, oh, bloody hell.
She got Thanos.
Before you know it, it was a wreck. Because we weren't sort of bathing it the way she bathed it. We let it out if it wanted to go out. It got covered in oil. It used to go under the car and everything. So it went from looking like this fluffy, poodle to just being a bit of a wreck.
Just haggard.
It got hit by a car. It ran sideways like a crab and all that.
In the course of how long? A month?
Probably about two months or something.
God damn!
Now, so it went from being over-treated to just being treated like a dog.
Steve was exaggerating.
Yeah. But a dog isn't, is not a indigenous species anywhere. We sort of bred those from, jackals and wolves.
All I'm saying is change it. Take away the dog thing. I mean, that lizard thing you've got...
Salamander.
It's still sort of treated as part of the family, even though it doesn't.
Well, it's not. How is it treated as part of the family?
Just the way, it's looked after, that big area that it's got to itself.
We stick it in a case and feed it a cricket now and again. How is that like one of the family?
It doesn't matter because it's in your flat.
It is in Karl's family.
Damn.
It's in your flat, innit? And it's sat in that corner. I just mean, as time goes on, things get educated as they get older. How old's that lizard?
You don't.
How
old is it?
Shots fired.
About 15 years old.
Right. Now, it knows more now than it did when you got it because it's been in those surroundings. It's had its eye on things.
It's 15, so presumably it listens to a lot of Linkin Park. It's on the internet a lot.
Got the emo haircut.
No, but do you know what I mean? You've already proved your point. It's like that fella who kept hitting the dog on the head with a stick.
Right.
And then-
Pavlov, at no point did he hit a dog on the head with a stick.
But he kept doing it, and eventually the dog went, I'm sick of this. And wandered off, didn't it?
Pavlov there.
Brilliant. Do you know what I'd like to do? A programme where you rewrite, you paraphrase someone's theory. So Pavlov's first. We could do Freud. Give us, what do you know about Sigmund Freud, the father of psychoanalysis? Right, come on in.
Speaking of which, there is an epic rap battle with Sigmund Freud I will check out in a minute. No, like I said, normally I like to give uploads time to age before I do a reaction to them, so be sure to be on the lookout for that when it comes out.
I don't know anything on him.
Here's an interesting fact. If the frog annoyed you, this might annoy you. A blind chameleon will still change colour to match its surroundings. You're aware that the chameleon can...
Yeah, whatever it sits on.
Yeah.
But then what happens when you put one of them on a mirror? No, does it get stressed out, or what? What's it copying?
It's like dividing by zero.
Well, it probably doesn't need to copy anything because it looks at itself and it goes, oh, looks like that. It's brilliant. God, that was fast. That's the fastest I've ever done that. That is brilliant.
So they can go any colour. There's nothing. You can put them on anything, and they'll go to the thing.
I don't want you to have a chameleon because you'd just be trying to see what it could and couldn't
Try and
do.
catch it out.
I know, yeah.
Pop it on some tartan.
But again, say like the frog thing.
I'm gonna go back though. It's funny how chameleons are always the ones associated with camouflage when you consider the fact that not only are octopuses smarter, but their camouflage is just as good, and it happens way faster. Like chameleons need a second or two, not a second or two, but they need like a minute or so to be able to adjust their colors to match their surroundings. Octopuses switch colors like this. Like it's amazing how overpowered the octopus is. Overpowered again. It's amazing how overpowered the octopus's camouflage is, but it's not associated with being a camouflaged animal. It's just known for having 8 legs. Like, come on now, y'all got to give the octopus more credit. Octopus is the Batman of the animal world.
Catch it out.
I know, yeah.
Pop it on some tartan.
But again, say like the frog thing, right?
Pop it on the telly.
Yeah.
Couldn't do it fast enough.
Why does the chameleon need that skill of copying a colour? Because at the end of the day, that's mainly sticking in the woods, isn't it? By trees, by grass.
Right.
Why can't it just stay green? That's all it needs. Those colour changes are only for camouflage.
I just realized I was a rabbit
some of them are
frog.
for attraction, some of them to show moods, anger.
No, but I just think we're encouraging them. You see, maybe this is evolution or whatever, but at the end of the day, because they can change colour, they're wandering out of their area. They can be wandering about, through a car park and everything, just because they'll go, well, I don't want to get seen, change to the colour of concrete. Whereas,
Or into the colour of a Fiat Punto.
but they should just stay green. Stay green, right? Stay in the woods and stay safe.
I love this public information for
Words
chameleons.
of advice for chameleons.
Oh, God.
Stay green, stay in the woods, stay safe, good night.
The more you know.
God. Right. The only time a turkey whistles is when it panics.
Christmas time then.
It's a stress
Yeah.
relieving
What do
mechanism.
you think of that, Karl?
I guess.
It goes from one extreme to another, doesn't it? You've got a frog who's going mental,
It's not going mental.
killing thousands of people.
No, that's not.
That's got that sort of power. Then you've got a turkey who's whistling for help.
You think that you should redress the balance a little bit? You want to give... What would you do? Give the frog the
Karl
ability
is
to kill
not giving-
500 and the turkey
Karl is
500?
giving this frog.
I don't think it should be killing. I reckon 10.
Oh man.
10 because
You've made your point with 10, haven't you?
Do you think that he's got 1,000 in his lifetime, like he's got 1,000 to kill? I don't think you understand.
I just
He
think
doesn't really kill 1,000 people. It doesn't mean someone goes, Frog, you have the power to kill 1,000 people in your lifetime.
Choose them wisely.
But I just think if it needs that sort of power,
It should be fighting evil.
well, it's not. It's knocking about the wrong area, isn't it? If it's under that much danger, move.
Just drop a ton of poisonous dart frogs into like terrorist hideouts.
I was thinking the other day about
Have the war on terror.
your body and everything, 'cause it is
solved
amazing,
tonight.
isn't it? How it works.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Does the brain control you, or are you controlling the brain? I don't know if I'm in charge of mine.
I'm gonna go back again, and I know I've been pausing a lot. Just work with me. I have a lot I want to say whenever I hear certain things. This is actually something interesting because I was talking about it the other day. It's funny because your body in a way is like a walking apartment complex. Like, your brain has control of like how you move and stuff like that. But when you think about it, your body, like, you don't really have control over like 90% of the things that go on with your body. You don't control your heartbeat. You don't control your lungs. Well, I guess you can control breathing, but you don't control your lungs converting oxygen into blood. You don't control proteins getting distributed into your muscles. You don't control your immune system. You don't control your blood flow. None of that. Like, all that is done by like microscopic organisms inside your body, or signals and things like that that you have no control over. And your body is just a giant mass of cells. So skin cells, blood cells, tissue, like everything is just cells, all combined with their like a primary goal to maintain this thing it's living in. So your body's just like a walking duplex for microscopic organisms that are all together helping, like, with one common purpose. So it's funny when you think about it, how like you are just a part of something that is many things, and you don't control them. It just had me tripping out whenever I think about it. I knew about it for a while, but every once in a while when I come back to think about it, it's like, damn, we really don't control like 90% of the stuff that's going on in our bodies.
I don't know if I'm in charge of mine.
Nor do I,
There's
Carl.
a surprise.
Nor do I, Carl.
No, do you know what I mean though by that?
Does the brain control you, or do you control the brain?
Like, don't you ever sort of think sometimes? Say if you're making,
But you are the brain.
No, but I was making a shopping list, right? Going, right, I need some rice, kidney beans, and I thought I had everything, and I sort of was rolling up the paper, and then something went, oh, an onion.
Your brain did
something
that.
went an onion. Was it Suzanne?
No, well, my brain sort of went, you forgot something.
Yeah.
I didn't think I'd forgot. I was
No,
putting
you
that-
are your brain.
No, but don't you understand? My brain was I was in control of my brain
They're giving
when I was writing down rice and kidney
Carl's
beans.
giving
But
them
you're not
too
in charge
much
of the onion. That's another part of the brain that's in charge of the onion.
Onion
Material.
onion sector.
Yeah.
No, but I'd put the paper away, putting my coat on, ready to go, ready to go and get the rice.
Yes, but your onion lobe kicked in.
What? So you put the paper in
I
your
can
pocket,
still
you got
hear
the
it.
coat
It was
on, then
like
you just
jittering
suddenly
from
hear
Then
from
it
nowhere,
was just like
onion.
Yeah, I'm not even thinking about that shopping list. It's in my pocket. I'm thinking, do I need my gloves? It's cold out.
Yeah.
Suddenly, onion, and it was like, oh yeah, onion. Yeah, I had to get the paper out. So
had
what
to
I'm
write that
saying
down.
is,
But
who's
there's
who's
what?
in charge?
The brain, the mind. The brain is the. What are you doing?
But
Who's in
that's
charge?
just you forgot the onion, and then you remembered the onion. You must have forgotten things in the past.
No, but not like that. Not where, like, it just made me think that was weird. Who reminded me of that?
You did.
Yeah, but I'm not.
No, you are your brain.
This is when Ricky gets pissed.
It's not like there's you, then there's a brain, then there's an extra one looking down at it. Oh, the meta brain, the thing above it.
No, but your brain. How does your brain work?
Subconscious.
You give it information, don't you?
Will it take?
Do you mean you give it information?
Well,
It's doing it,
if
isn't
I
it?
sat in a room with nothing, not feeding it anything, it wouldn't know anything.
No, but there's this thing
But
that there's
then-
two yous. It's this thing that there's
There's
this,
Karl and Karl's brain.
Yeah, there's not a duality in this. If you go, come on, now think. That's the brain saying that to itself. It's not. There's not two people in there having an argument. Come on, brain. And the brain's going, oh, don't you start, I was thinking then. And the other thing's going, brain, onion. And the brain goes, Karl, onion. You are your brain. If you are anything, you are your mind, your brain, your collection of memories, your personality. You're not what you look like. Does that answer your question, Karl? What do you think then? You were thinking of a tortoise on a skateboard then when I said that last sentence, weren't you?
But yeah, that goes into what I was just talking about. Your body is just an apartment complex. Like, you are, like you said, your brain. So everything you see, everything you remember, everything you associate with living is your brain. So in a way, you are just your brain. Everything else, the way you look, the way your body reacts to stuff, like everything like that is outside of your control. You're a mech. That's what the hell you are. You're a mech. You're the pilot, which is the brain. The mech is everything around it, and that's what you're inside of. So it's like, am I starting to get into high territory? This sounds like some shit people would say when they're really, really high. And I'm not high So for those of you that might be out there wondering, oh, Devon, he tripping. No, trust me, I'm not. Please believe me, I'm not. It's just some weird stuff is started to happen in my brain, and I started asking questions that, now that I think about it, makes people probably wonder if, like, I'm healthy or anything, and I am. So no need to call like a psychiatric ward or anything like that. I'm fine. I promise.
Oh, then you were thinking of a tortoise on a skateboard then when I did that last sentence, weren't you?
You know, whilst you've been working on that, I've been travelling about a bit. Went to Dorset, right? Nice beach there. And you know those huts you get, like a hut on the beach, and you
where you get changed?
You can get changed in it, but they're better than that. It's like you can put a telly in it, sofa if you want.
Oh, you don't mean the Victorian changing hut?
Yeah,
you mean
those
like
sort of things? It's sort of bigger than that.
Yeah.
And we're walking down there.
Never
There's a
heard of
really sort of big fat family in one of them. There's about 4 of them, and you could tell that they'd never had a game of anything. Do you know what I mean? They just sit down there, eating ice cream, looking at the sea and what have you. And the weird thing is, the little fat kid, the youngest one, who must have been, I don't know, about 8, he was really fat to the point of you couldn't see his neck.
Yeah.
And he sat at the front of his mum and dad and his older sister. He sat there and he had a frisbee, and I thought, look, they don't want to play with him. I mean, that's an active game to play, isn't it?
Yeah.
Frisbee. As we got closer, he was just using it to eat Maltesers out of. I just thought, even again, you know, the one active thing he's got is using it to eat out of.
Yeah. Extraordinary.
And that just sums up what people are like now when it comes to keeping fit and activities.
Oh, that's fantastic. One thing I've noticed, that because I occasionally go to the gym, and you know those guys who work out constantly to give themselves extraordinary physiques, just they're on the trip, they're on the weights.
You'd
and
be
everything.
playing basketball,
I noticed in the
Steve.
summer particularly, those guys cannot wait to get their shirts off.
Yeah.
Everywhere you see, they're walking around. If they've got a good torso, they are walking shirts off. Even, I think, if you go to nightclubs, I notice there's always one guy who's thinking, well, I have put so much work into this body, I have got to get my shirt off on the dance
A
floor.
vest, yeah.
You know, and it comes straight
A
off.
brand new tattoo. I'm not covering that up.
Exactly.
I've paid a lot for it. Let's see it.
Yeah, yeah.
But that's what we were saying about
The
bodies.
80s?
I can't remember why we were talking about it. We've got to a point in science now that you can change a head. Right?
No, well, that doesn't make any sense at
I
all.
don't think,
It was a program on. It was done in the 50s or
I don't think
60s
it's
where they stuck
cosmetic, Carl.
a monkey's brain on a stick
It's not an
and had it
elective
wired up and
procedure.
it still worked, right?
Right, okay.
And that was in like the 60s or
Right,
whatever.
okay. Well,
So-
to say to change a head makes no sense at all. Because if you put a different head on a different body, you're changing the body.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's what I'm about to say to you, though.
What?
That's what I'm saying. That I'd be more confident if I had someone else's body, because if anyone dissed it, I can go, no, it's bad, innit? But it's
What are
not
you
mine.
talking about?
Well,
is not mine.
it's like, say,
As opposed to someone else's head?
yeah. Well,
What,
it
you'd
wouldn't be
rather-
me, would it? The head is me.
I'm getting
Well,
lost.
of course it is. That's what I mean.
Yeah,
So
the
what do you
head's
mean?
me.
You'd be happier having someone else's body? What, than your own?
What I mean is, say if you're wandering about, for some reason, there's an incident. You have to take your top off and that, and everyone's looking at you, right? And you're a bit sort of, you know, you haven't got the muscles and that, you haven't got the 6-pack,
Right.
which isn't that nice anyway. I don't know why that's become a nice thing, really, seeing the insides of you. You might as well. I mean, I know I came up with the see-through skin idea, but it's a bit weird, isn't it? You can see stuff.
No, it's the muscle.
I am
in
so
front of
damn
the-
lost right now.
No, it's not.
It
Sometimes
is.
you can
It's
see
not the-
like,
It's not the outline
tubes.
of your
No, you
organs.
can't see tubes.
You can see tubes and veins and stuff.
Well, you can see veins.
Yeah, well, I don't want to see that. That's why we've got skin over it. Is
Well,
what
stop
I mean.
looking at naked men then.
Why
No,
you
but
keep-
sometimes you can't help it because it's been hot, and like you say, there's people walking about with vests on and that. So anyway, what I'm saying is, say if some incident happened, I'm walking about with my top off.
Right.
Girls are laughing at me, right?
Why?
Dunno, they might.
Yeah, go on. So they wouldn't look at your body, they'd all look at your head.
So what I mean is,
Yeah.
rewind that, right, and imagine all that happens again, but I've got someone else's body.
Right.
Whose
Right.
body?
Just some fella who's died, and my body was injured, and they said, we've got a new body in. You can
Right.
have it. We'll
Yeah.
stick your head on it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, say if
They're laughing at you.
they are
laughing at the body,
they're laughing
yeah.
at the body,
Yeah.
but at least I'd be able to sort of go, I know it's a mess, but it's not mine. At least I don't have to claim ownership.
So all of this extraordinary technology that can make put one head on another person's body, is so you can go, it's not my body.
No.
But
it's not your own.
I'm not being funny though. So if you have a body transplant, right, and you're at home, naked, you look down, lovely penis and a set of testicles.
Yeah.
Right. What do you do with them?
What do you mean? What am I doing with them?
I like the touch on the fruit too.
Do you like them?
Well, you wouldn't mess about with them as much as if they were your own.
Yeah, at that point, you're just jerking a stranger.
But
That's
if you
weird.
did mess about with them, would you feel guilty that you were messing about with another man's testicles and penis?
And it's the full body?
Yeah.
No, because they're not my hands either.
Thinking about it, I don't know. Like, I probably wouldn't be able to. I probably have to wrap up solo sessions. I don't know if I'd be able to do it. I know it sounds weird, but I probably wouldn't be able to. Y'all have to leave a comment in the comment section down below. Let me know what y'all think. Damn, that's kind of a tough one. I don't know. I thought it was a joke at first, but
My hands either.
You're a genius. You're a fucking genius. So what you're doing is watching someone else wank.
Yeah.
in a way.
Oh, chimpanzee's that. He's gone and written it down again.
That's the
Changes it up right there.
the ever-changing jingle for Karl's diary, excerpts of which we like to read each week. Walked through Covent Garden. There were 5 of them mimes knocking about. I don't understand why people take pictures of mimes. Everyone looks like a mime in a picture.
That's so true. That's really true. If the point is they're staying still, if that's their skill, a picture won't tell that story. That's absolutely
That's
true.
deep.
My dad took the cat to be put down today because it kept bumping into things since losing its sight. My mum said she's not going to get another one. She said the parrot is looking worried as it's seen the budgie and the cat go in the space of 3 months.
Your mum said the parrot's looking worried. What happened to the cat then?
It gets into a lot of fights. It lost one eye, and then it got into another fight and lost another.
Oh,
and it was just walking around bumping into stuff.
Man.
The vet sort of said, "Oh, we can do stuff to keep it alive and all
Come
that,"
on,
but it's a bit
animators.
out of order, isn't it? Because it costs a fortune. They shouldn't tell you.
But
Mum and Dad can't afford to have eyes put on it and stuff.
no, you can't have eyes put on a cat anyway.
No, but they said, "Oh, we can do something here. We can
What?
have its eyes sorted out."
But I don't think you should be allowed cats.
Why?
Not the Pilkington family.
Why not? Well,
They
they have
keep
good
dying.
lives. Yeah, I know, but they have good lives whilst they're still knocking about. It's just that we get through them.
You make it sound like socks.
It's a good job you're not going to have kids.
Oh, God almighty. I can't believe it.
A mate sent me a story on email about a bloke in China who has this weird illness that means he can't have his picture taken. That's not the weird bit. If he tries, his body doesn't appear in the photo.
Don't talk shit.
He has had group pictures taken and everyone appeared apart from him.
Don't talk shit.
The
That's
story
bollocks.
had a picture next to it of a family photo and it said he was stood at the back but you couldn't see him.
Right, he wasn't in the picture.
That was the
He wasn't in the
Flintstones.
picture.
No, he wasn't in the
Go
picture.
to hell back.
He stood at
That's the goddamn Flintstones. You can't, man. I knew the animators gave like a touch of Flintstone taste when they drew Ricky's character. That's the Flintstones.
the back but you couldn't see him.
Right, he wasn't in the picture.
He was in the picture.
No, he wasn't in the picture.
We've done loads of tests and stuff.
No,
on him.
I haven't done loads of tests. This is bollocks. There's no way this is scientifically possible. What's his want? Yeah, now he's wanted. Just a white bit of paper up on the police wall. Have you seen this man? What man? If you see him, tell us. You're talking shit.
Suzanne watched the film You've Got Mail tonight for about the 14th time. I don't think you could properly fancy someone without seeing them, unless you're blind. I think it's odd when blind people have affairs. Why is that odd?
Just because most stuff is based on looks, innit? So you think once they've found someone, they're happy with them, stick with them.
But no, it's not true. But I mean, most things are based on looks.
What I mean is when you first like meet someone and that.
Well, initially it's only looks because you don't know them.
So that's what I'm saying.
But that's a ridiculous thing to say, isn't it?
Well, no, it's just what I think. I'm not saying that's like facts or anything. I'm just thinking if you're blind, why mess about?
You're still basing on it if it's only looks that people find. What?
Yeah, I'm just saying. So why is a blind person messing about having?
I can only imagine that if you're blind, the strip club is probably not the best place to go to. I mean, obviously the fact that you can't see, but you're basing everything on smells and touches, and something tells me that smell and touch is probably the least. The last thing that you want to be relying on as far as senses in a strip club. I mean, I'm sure a high quality one is okay, but it can go so bad if it isn't. Oh boy.
People find what?
Yeah, I'm just saying. So why is a blind person messing about having an affair?
Because I'm saying that presumably that blind person isn't basing anything on looks.
I just all right. I mean, maybe that's not. I mean more like.
Do you want me to cross it out? Shall I cross it out? Because
it's just the same way. I think I put how people. I read something in a Sunday paper once with some bloke who was going out with some woman. He ended up going out with a sister who was a twin. If you're gonna have a change, have a change.
Spoke to Ricky about trips to the moon. He was up for going just to see what the world looks like. I came up with the idea of a giant mirror on the moon that would reflect the world back. He had a few questions, but I had the answers.
Yeah.
He changed the subject. I won.
Right. My first question was, how would you get it up there?
Karl
he said
knows
bit by
everything.
bit. That'd be a good mirror then, wouldn't it? I said, was how would you get it up there? He said bit by bit. That'd be a good mirror then, wouldn't it? I said, how big would it be? He went, you'd still need a telescope. I said, how would you get it on the right side of the moon, always facing the right? He went, what? He went, does the moon move then? I went, yes.
And if we don't like the mirror on the moon, we can always wallpaper over it.
The moon does move, but it doesn't spin. So if you do put a mirror on one side, I believe it would constantly be facing Earth. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure the moon doesn't. Well, I don't know. Dark side of the moon I guess it could spin. It's just we don't see that spot because it's in the dark. I don't know. I don't. I've always been told that it doesn't spin. I could be completely wrong, but I don't know. Never bothered to look deep.
And if we don't like the mirror on the moon, we can always wallpaper over it. It's Suzanne's birthday tomorrow, so I've got to get her something. I sometimes think it would be best if we didn't celebrate birthdays. I think people would live a bit longer if they didn't know how old they were. Age puts restrictions on things. She said something about wanting one of them posh badges to put on her coat. I will look for one later.
I love the fact that around the time that you've got to buy Suzanne her birthday present, you think that birthday presents are a bad idea.
Got up early, it's Suzanne's birthday, gave her the card and present. She was well happy with her posh badge. She wore it to work. It's quite nice to hear a moment where she was actually happy for once in your company.
Damn.
They always say when you get someone a present, you should buy them something they wouldn't buy themselves. Daft rule. I want something I would buy myself if I had the money. When I was young, me Auntie Nora got me a present I wouldn't buy myself. It was a t-shirt with her face on.
Auntie Nora was a narcissist. Hey, really, Auntie Nora? You gonna get me a t-shirt with your face on it? Kind of. Okay. Whatever. I was about to use a cuss word, but I mean, I can use some words, obviously, but I think this is kind of like TV. YouTube is like TV nowadays. There are certain words that you can't really say or else you get flagged for certain stuff. So I might have already said it for all I know. So I don't know, but I'm gonna try to keep my mind in the game for the rest of the video. Yeah, like I said before, when it comes as far as your body is concerned, I believe your body's pretty much just a walking duplex, and your brain is just the landlord. Like it like you are in control of your mind, but your brain has other functions that you have no control over. Like you can't just shut certain stuff off. If you did, then there would be no such thing as allergies. There would be no such thing as disorders or defects or anything like that. So, I mean, like I said, I don't even want to get on it anymore because I'm feeling that you guys are judging me. I can feel it through the camera. So I'm going to go ahead and relax off of that. And if there's anybody that's feeling what I'm saying, go in the comment section and go further into it, or just jump into the conversation. Let me know what you think. If you agree with it or disagree with it, at least that way I'll know where I stand as far as this conversation is concerned. If there's even a conversation, I just might be in fucking... Okay, see, there goes one of those words. I just might be in, like, left field, all the way in the back, by myself, thinking that I'm having a conversation with people when everybody's not even in my vicinity. So, I don't know. That could be the case. But either way, let me know what you thought. Please let me know what you thought. And I will look forward to seeing you guys in a future video. Like I said, I will have Idiot Abroad out tomorrow. With that being said, I'm Devon DaVinci. Hopefully you've just been enlightened. I hope. That's pretty much it. I'm signing out. I look forward to see you guys in the next video. Deuces.